Hollywood has lost a giant, and this time it truly feels like the end of an era. Robert Duvall, the quiet force behind some of the most unforgettable performances in film history, has reportedly passed away at the age of 95. And while he lived a long, full life, the impact he leaves behind feels almost impossible to measure. Because Duvall wasn't just an actor. He was presence. Long before blockbuster franchises and viral fame cycles, Duvall built a career on something far more rare: restraint. He didn't chase the spotlight. He commanded it without trying. And that difference is exactly why his work still feels timeless. For many, the first unforgettable image is Tom Hagen in The Godfather. Calm, calculated, loyal. Surrounded by explosive personalities, Duvall played the consigliere with a subtle intensity that anchored the chaos. He wasn't the loudest man in the room, but he might have been the most powerful. And then came Apocalypse Now. One scene, one line, cinema history. His portrayal of Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore became legendary, not just for the now iconic quote about napalm, but for the unsettling calm he brought to madness. It wasn't overacting. It was precision. That balance between control and unpredictability became his signature. But that wasn't the peak. In 1983, Duvall won the Academy Award for Tender Mercies, delivering a performance so stripped down and vulnerable that it redefined what a leading man could look like. No theatrics. No grand gestures. Just raw humanity. That's what made him different. While many actors chase fame, Duvall chased truth in performance. Directors often described him as meticulous but effortless. Co-stars called him generous. Younger actors studied him like a masterclass. And yet, off-screen he remained remarkably private. In an industry built on exposure, Duvall protected his personal life. His marriage to Luciana Pedraza was steady and low-profile. He rarely indulged in headline drama. No major scandals. No explosive feuds. Just decades of consistent, respected work. But that quiet consistency is exactly what makes his passing hit harder. He represented a generation of actors who treated film like craft, not content. Men who trained in theater, who rehearsed deeply, who believed less was more. Alongside contemporaries who reshaped American cinema in the 1970s, Duvall helped usher in a new era of gritty realism. And he never stopped. Even into his later years he continued acting, producing, mentoring. There was no dramatic retirement tour. No farewell spectacle. He simply kept working because that's who he was. What makes his legacy unforgettable isn't just the awards or iconic scenes. It's the consistency. The fact that across 6 decades, he rarely delivered anything less than believable. You never felt like you were watching Robert Duvall. You felt like you were watching the character. As news of his passing spreads, tributes are pouring in from actors, directors, and fans who grew up studying his performances. For many in the industry, he wasn't just respected, he was foundational. And perhaps that's the lasting message here. Some actors burn bright and fast. Others build something enduring. Duvall built something that will outlive generations. Performances that film students will dissect, actors will emulate, and audiences will revisit again and again. He didn't need constant headlines. He didn't need controversy. He left something lasting and unforgettable through the work itself. And in Hollywood, that might be the rarest achievement of all. Robert Duvall may be gone at 95, but the characters he created, the quiet power, the steady intensity, the unforgettable presence, aren't going anywhere. Because legends don't fade. They echo.